Just want to shout out Paul and Lauren real quick for allowing us into their space. Them constantly holding it down every month or 2 months. I know they got big things planned in January, so can't wait till the next Blue Hill. This is gonna be the the only singing musical performance in that sense. So think of it educational as well. For those of you guys that don't know me, I go by Professor Aydee. It's actually Hip Hop History Month in November, so happy Hip Hop History Month for whoever doesn't know. And I'll get started as soon as Ignacio gives me the thumbs up. All right, let me turn this up a little bit. It's good? Yeah. All right, this song right here is called Decipher. Yo. This is that vintage, instant classic, lyrically acrobatic, essential flow that I've assembled. Yes, it's magic, a combination of English and mathematics, habits I practice and merge with my talents to establish a package to tackle any challenge. I'm not a gangster, but I'll throw up signs, cosines and even tangents, cause I got access from the X and Y axis. Plus God gave me C2 to back up my atlas. Yo, bringing a balance to the force with the core 4 elements, of course. Gather a resource from the source of these lyrical orbs. That yo, never ever ever is my miracle short of spectacular. My tongue is a spiritual sword, spitting vernaculars. The sound of my umbilical cord was never amateur. My link to the physical form, to be the manager, the one moving my people towards being angular, sharp with an edge but not triangular, more circular to be well-rounded. Plus being G's, Muladhara well-grounded. Please, I got endless energy. Check the circuitry, malfunction, error. Enter December after hip-hop history month is physically gone. Pass to the past like the past was left on a timeline. Oh, I get it now, it was left out. I guess I'll bring back the magic and spell out that to sell out every spot in the crowd. The only selling out that I'm about. Rip the contract and let my soul out and go clouds of sound. Real hip-hop is what you're hearing now, what you're feeling in your soul. It's appealing to your growth for the healing that's revealing that one day we all go and advance out of the trance of life circumstances to co-create a state of massive expansion, frequent enhancements backed by actions, the sum of fractions that totals the whole that remains the same, even as a reciprocal integrated into the team, yet remain an individual like the monad. This is fractal reality, challenging the status quo and every fallacy being ingrained into the brains of personalities. What a tragedy, how can we overcome what's happening? Civil war in the streets amongst our earthly family, the heaven weeps, how will it all cease? Easy to prepare for the days to come. We need peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. This is hip hop. Yo, shout out to my man Steel Mountain Music on this one. Performed this one at Music and Sky most recently as well. A couple times at Blue Hill. Yo, I rise and I fall. Yeah, but still I'll climb back up the mountain and go further than I ever did in the past. I said that I rise and sometimes I'll fall. Yeah, but still I'll climb back up the mountain and go further than I ever did in the past. Yo, do it with love. To me this shit is effortless. I am hip-hop, no space, I ain't separate. Built in my birthright and innate temperament. Intake grammar, process the logic, express rhetoric. Trivia method to combat indoctrination. Compulsory education is an equation for enslavement. Teaching the youth hatred, a tainted curriculum. Yo, damn, alright. I got myself on this one. Yeah. All right, yo. Freestyle, cause it's off the top of the head. I'm Professor Aydee, I also go by Alfred. I forget my own lyrics, but it is okay. I am an MC, master the ceremony on the stage. I ain't need a page, going here off the top of the brain. So simple and plain, I bring the clouds and they pour in rain, but it's not acid. I accept the challenge. I tell myself I turn this house into a palace, more than it was in its previous stage. And I'll get angry, but never I am enraged, cause that's just bars that is built in a cage. I tell myself, yo, grow up, you can gain even when it hurts and you start feeling the pain. Don't put an S and R in front of it, that's a sprain, that's an injury. If you're listening to what Robo and Vanita said, you will get it through your head that you can heal. Get the appeal, it's you and the higher force, make a deal. You tell yourself that your cells will get regenerated. It got penetrated, yo, let's celebrate it. This is life, every day is a birthday. You don't necessarily gotta get first place. And if it hurts, even if it does in the worst way, I told myself this, yo, I rise and I'll fall. Yeah, but still I'll climb back up the mountain and go further than I ever did in the past. I said that I rise and sometimes I'll fall. Yeah, but still I'll climb back up the mountain and go further than I ever did in the past. Cause once you've been initiated, there's no going back. Even if you try, you'll end up going mad. Upgraded from nations, but choose to remain ignorant. Deliberate action displays indifference. You'll be at war with yourself and only you can bring peace. Unite thoughts, feelings, and actions to cure the disease. The real Holy Trinity encompasses the feminine. The Father, Madonna, and Divine Child represented. But who truly knows why they removed the feminine and replaced her with the ghost? Exploit her sexuality after they raped her dry, made her cry, enslaved her, die, then claim that they saved her life. The trees are the true men to be controlled by their lust. Get them at a young age to crave the chemical rush that comes when they're irrational before they can judge. To start a war between the sexes, breaking families up. Yo. And in this life, we all got a journey. We can live in fear or journey towards truth. We all know that it's easier when we have people around us, but in life, sometimes we gotta go through things alone. But we gotta remember, we gotta rise up and come back down and get the others. To sum it up, the summit's up. And though some give up, I'm not one to budge till the day that I die. Yeah. That song doesn't go like that, but I hope you guys enjoyed that version. My man Paul likes this song, so I put this one in the mix today. Yeah. Always looking for God, always looking for divinity. If we look for it, we will find it because the universe is a mirror. Yo. Every word that I use has divinely been created, and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am, finding being at the right place and the right timing. Cause every word that I use has divinely been created, and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am, finding being at the right place and the right timing. Some call it luck, some an incidents, see it happen twice, now it's a coincidence. Choose your preferred vernacular, it makes no difference. I'll still combine words into compound interest. A synergist, making sense of gibberish. A peaceful warrior, out to subdue ignorance. A hindrance to progression, so my inference start from scratch. From then we'll figure it out without a doubt. No ifs, ands, or buts. Energy in motion can never be stuck. Energy, emotions, bringing it up, amplified by the mind. So tell me, what is luck? Pulling things in like the forces of gravity, getting what you need. Appear magically at the right moment, like, yo, what is happening? What are you expecting in your mental faculty? Cause every word that I use has divinely been created, and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am, finding being at the right place and the right timing. Cause every word that I use has divinely been created, and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am, finding being at the right place and the right timing. Heaven means haven, more like a harbor. So then what's my body if that's where my soul is garnered? In organization, organic information, organs information, unified in coordination for this oral orchestration, sacred configuration, interpretations of sensorial stimulation, indications of atomic reformation with intentions of ascension and adoration. Adorned with the formless form, adaptive basis is changing for escaping the norm. Like, okay, I'm corn E, but never genetically modified. So what's Wall Street when stellarly it's occupied in charts, topping the billboard? So why would I be concerned with petty placements and adjacents? I walk with ancients, smelling victory's fragrance, which we created. Jupiter celebrated for expansion of dedicated words I use that have divinely been created, and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am, finding being at the right place and the right timing. Cause every word that I use has divinely been created, and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am, finding being at the right place and the right timing. Yeah, let me step back. I think I'm getting some feedback, but it's all good. Yo, I love the feedback from the crowd. That's the best feedback I'm getting. I love y'all. I hope y'all get to enjoy this. This I wrote for anybody who makes music or anybody who thinks they get off the path. You're always on the path. Yo. Take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the reason you began the path to get done in the rhythm and rhyme. Yo, take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the reason you first began on the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. Grab the mic, yo. I grab my pen and begin to unwind. Secrets spun and hidden in cycles of time. I watch the planets align. Can only be divided by one and myself, making me prime. Guess I'm an optimist, anticipating the apocalypse. Regardless, it's a human collective, bargaining, enlarging in the garden, in Eden. Got remarking in startling ways. Got me harnessing days, so I retarget my aim as art on a page, using heart to display this hand of cards that I play, that play their part in this frame. I impart in arrays like armor and blades, or using yarn or crochet, interweaving double meaning in a ringing you're receiving by perceiving and believing. Like radio, you're retrieving my signal and tune into this tune with station 444 like a rapping cartoon. I said, take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the reason you began to get on the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. One more time, yeah, take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the reason you began to get on the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. Grab the mic, a second's time, a minute 60s what we find, and another 60 times produces hours. Now the eye with the Sharingan or Rinnegan or Bakugan and all this visual prowess has me astounded. What I found, it's that words come first, like I could see it for sure, like it was always there but it was always blurred. I learned dimensions of the unknown. Now I could see the curves, but a number line I had to first observe by acknowledging all of my negative traits, absolutely valuing myself to change it for wisdom and peace, getting what I want on top of my needs. We must fertilize and sprout every seed, fractal geometry, know your roots, that's the proof. We never know which one's the one, O-N-E. Yo, this is the one I wanted to share with you guys today. I got 2 songs, be performing them for the first time. This is to my man, Florida's Finest Productions. Shout out to Florida's Finest. You guys let me know what you think after. Yo, Blue Hill world premiere. Yeah. Listen. By the time you realize you're in history, you just missed it. But historically, as a mystic, I rewind time and remix it. Cycles means that I was here before, yo, so now is a revisit. Talking to numbers, to be specific. Rising in the Atlantic just to set in the Pacific. Speeding up time to close the distance. But as long as there is space, yo, that is the existence of pure potentiality. Infinite realities, but which one of those will materialize? Solidified field of light helps me feel the vibes, reveals that life happens when I actualize. After I visualize, whether conscious or subconsciously, intention and attention fused with time is the offering. The metaphorical sunlight and watering to synthesize light. Yo, why hit the lottery when you can make something out of nothing? Finding creation and destruction just to reassemble to a whole new production. Why this the function and cause a dysfunction? I'd rather cause a conjunction of yin and yang, remove the and now it's all one. No separation from two polarities, a false duality when actually connected with the hyperbolic center. A torus flowing forever, everything looks new, but I've been here before. My eyes say one thing, but I feel it in my core. Coincidences, am I tripping? Yo, is this deja vu? Why is it that what I see in me is what I see in you? Yo, everything looks new, but I've been here before. My eyes say one thing, but I feel it in my core. Coincidences, am I tripping? Yo, is this deja vu? Why is it that what I see in me is what I see in you? Forever and ever till time enters eternity. Inhalations incoming, inspiring the furthering, cultivation and care, guidance and nurturing, protection, awareness to divinely birth a kingdom. Following the footsteps of the Most High, a child in the image of my parent. It's apparent, yin yang coming back, starting parent of some acids. In a double helix, the divine design we find is revealing, pulling back, peeling in a peeling shield, revealing the occulting, the interior sealing, the slew of secrets that the deepest core is yielding. It's not a unified field, it's a feeling, and I don't fight the feeling, I just feel, and that's how I feel, letting go of thoughts weighing me down. Now I can lift my head up despite displaying the crown, erected on a column that has its roots in the ground. The creator waves high with primordial sound, measured with the medium called an oracle now, using word of mouth to give immaculate birth to a noun, subjected to my will, predicated upon skill that spills when I sit still, and now I'm filled like distilled H2O. This is my icosahedric creative flow, the way I photosynthesize sound. This was made to grow, hey yo, cause everything looks new, but I've been here before. My eyes say one thing, but I feel it in my core. Coincidences, am I tripping? Yo, is this deja vu? Why is it that what I see in me is what I see in you? Yo, everything looks new, but I've been here before. My eyes say one thing, but I feel it in my core. Coincidences, am I tripping? Yo, is this deja vu? Why is it that what I see in me is what I see in you? And what I see in you is a reflection. You are a mirror to me, so now I am selecting and choosing specific features, drawing it from the ether, and now my RAS is detecting it in my environment, the aim of my direction in its entireness, reshaping my perception. Energy is tireless, yet creates a destined moment set to happen, can't escape predestined, fate they call it, so with faith I call in the power of the spoken word, MC in divine speech, food for thought I serve as your nerves translate light beams and sound waves weaved into rhyme schemes, cause everything looks new, but we've been here before. Our eyes say one thing, but we feel it in our core. Coincidences, nah, we ain't tripping, this is deja vu. If we all say I, then really, who is you? Yo, there's another one, first time, hold on, it's supposed to start, all right, yeah. Yo, the producer for this one's gonna be the producer on the next one. A lot of you will probably recognize the next song that's coming up. I want to shout out Hossein Amin. He's a young beat maker, producer from the Middle East. Shout out to him. Professor Aydee on the MIC Blue Hill Premiere. Yo. Paralysis by overanalysis is just one of the challenges we face, but in the same phase means we stuck at the same place. So how can we raise our basement as a collective rather than thinking how high one can reach? Why not how low each and every human's condition? First with your mental conditioning, not a liquid you rub on your scalp. This is reconditioning the limiting beliefs. So I be life and grow exponentially at the speed of light. Only react chemically, only dancing heavenly, face to face with destiny. It's gonna take the best of me, yo, not for impression, but the highest expression of my genetics. It is divine selection. When we commune, I'm immune to infection by being objective and doing inner reflection. Yo, should we raise our ceiling or elevate our basement? The less that we all struggle, the faster the attainment of true freedom for every generation. Refocusing from competition to cooperation. Yo, should we raise our ceiling? Now let's elevate our basement. The less that we all struggle, the faster the attainment of true freedom for every generation. Refocusing from competition to cooperation. Everything is frequency. That's why things repeat themselves. It happens frequently. Cycles recycle, sequencing, energy reforming chronologically, even sonically. So etymologically, I'm getting to the root. It is true. Reshaping sound. The architect is found, laying down geometry that can astound even councils of the crown. Check your sutures. Yo, what's on your map to the future? Or rather your staircase. What's the next step? In case you stare on into inner space and forget about your body, forget about the time, forget about mirages that you see with your eyes, and remember that persistence is the only currency you can exchange with vision urgently, urging us to practice repetitions concurrently with feelings of certainty. The divine repurposing, posing as the reaper, creation disguised as destruction, balance as the keeper, ready to provide new instruction. My cells need a leader, myself is the wielder of consciousness. As a believer, I'll ask my community, should we raise our ceiling or elevate our basement? The less that we all struggle, the faster the attainment of true freedom for every generation. Refocusing from competition to cooperation. Yo, should we raise our ceiling? Now let's elevate our basement. The less that we all struggle, the faster the attainment of true freedom for every generation. Refocusing from competition to cooperation. Live vision programs got us in no man's land, expecting disaster and a hero to appear. Things are heating up, we're frozen in fear, hearing the world's gonna end like every other year. Fearing nature as destructive, yet fail to recall the beauty in the colors after summer and fall. If we treated Earth better, could it change its mind? Instead of earthquakes and tsunamis, in the future we'd find a planet that is caring, divine, motherly love. The way we treat each other is reflected above. Hey yo, why meet the punishment when you can meet the promise? Why pay the price when you can pay homage? Yo, in this basement, it's like our standards, if you will, the lowest that we're willing to accept. The faster we work together as a community and improve the quality of lives for everyone in the collective, the faster everyone in the collective will improve the individual lives of everyone else. So remember, y'all, let's raise the basement. What are your standards? Yeah. You guys know these. I got 2 more songs for you guys. We're cutting the noise out early, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for letting me share this with you. Yo. From the day God said, let life begin, the outside said I was born bathed in sin. A new child defiled with pricks to the skin, severed from the supplier of life from where I had just been. Incorporated with the number, so when I work, I'm taxed, given race, religion in the name. Was I even asked? Trying to map my future without explaining my past. Yeah, they heard my cries, but all they did was laugh, putting paperwork first and standard procedures. Was I one of their own or just a foreign creature? They traumatized me first, then they said I could bond with dad and mom, but it was all my choice, so I keep on. And I'll thank God for this day and for showing me the way. And although I make mistakes, I know I'ma get through this plight, first by being the light, and then looking inside, only to realize that I'm divine is my path and I alone must walk it. Years passed, but what had I amassed? Individuality, but wait, looking back, a dive in duality, separation from the fact that I'm one with the totality, which later made me ask why. Yo, what's the reason for this? Why was I birthed? Why do I exist in the waters of life, navigating the currency since I left the birth canal, swimming with urgency, moving towards heaven, a haven of sorts, directing this vessel, readjusting my course, sharing revelations but was simply ignored, feeling like a victim, like no one would listen, but I keep on. And I thank God for this day and for showing me the way. And although I make mistakes, I know I'ma get through this plight, first by being the light, and then looking inside, only to realize that I'm divine as my path and I alone must walk it. At war, but what was I battling? A system of lies or my old mentality? What's even reality? This matrix is a fallacy. Do I need to learn alchemy? God, give me a hand. Right then and there, I started to see that everything in the water was a reflection of me. Like Simba by the pond looking up at the stars. They said, my son, remember who you are. Then it clicked. I felt a sense of peace, surrendering myself, getting down on my knees just to hear, get up, stand on your feet. Yo, how can you be beat when your heart still beats? Let's delete obsolete victimization, victory over the streets as vindication, meditation, affirmation, and visualization, some stimulation to add to the simulation. The lesson here, it's really quite obvious. You have all you need. Develop your godly gifts for when the moment comes and you're blessed with an audience. Neurons don't mirror words, but they mirror your embodiment. So I keep on, and I thank God for this day and for showing me the way. And although I make mistakes, I know I'ma get through this plight, first by being the light, and then looking inside, only to realize that I'm divine as my path and I alone must walk it. Yo, shout out to me and all my past lives. Shout out to the ancestors whose DNA I'm carrying and is going forward. Shout out to all the philosophers and everyone whose ideas I'm carrying on as my own. We only go further because we stand on the shoulders of giants and we always have God. So even though we feel alone, we never really are alone. Yep. All right, y'all, this is going to be the last one for tonight. I know a couple people like this one. I like this one too. Turn the volume up. All right, hold on. We're gonna time crisis. We're gonna pause time. No. We're restarting, We're restarting. Last track. Remember, it's Hip Hop History Month. When people say they're hip to something, it means that they're up to date with knowledge. The way I go with is hip is intelligence, awareness, and hop is a form of movement. Hip hop is intelligence moving. Yo. Take heed, this a different display. The same hip hop, hip hooray. Double awareness to cheer up and elate. A shared experience to all of those who can relate. A vast network, more sophisticated than the internet. Daily appreciation compounds just like interest. Take out your scissors and sharpen up your blades. Time to cut the cumbersome and initiate the change. Like be this to have that. Learn how to behave to unload on them. First you must save using ports to transfer data. In the midst of haters, we will resist the danger. It's time to be brave, not to be lame and play the blame game. Cause then what remains is pouring our veins out until nothing remains. Instead of working together, using our brains to work toward the same aim and no longer complain, pointing fingers so that shit never gets done. Instead of taking action to see who we become. Too many toxins in the body, leaving us numb, a little dumb, just enough to succumb to immorality. It's simple, we're done. Disobeying universal law, then left and all walking off of a cliff, expecting not to fall. No common sense at all. Got no answer for the call. Every year after summer, even the sun falls. I don't see a horizon, I just see another wall to get over without ever having to move. It comes to me, scared and confused, as atomical assemblies perceived through the sensory stimulus that's entering my eyes, tempering my sight, sharpening, simultaneously hardening, more firm to confirm, nurturing of artistry, furthering the bargaining, gaining with my bars, proof without the marketing. I'm harnessing, enlightening and darkening. My aim I am retargeting, lyricism as garnishing, passion as spice. I'm asking the right questions. I'm just atoms, isotopes, and ions on a quest for connection with science of mathematics and electrical charge, chemistry or alchemy. It's all chemical art. Yo, 3 dimensions up is a ventricle heart. Like the brain, I ain't playing. Yo, let me explain. 3 centers down, the testicle start, or the ovary sharp to reflect the moon in regards to menstruation, the cyclical miracle that imparts our species with a window to procreate and rise in consciousness from idea to atom to molecule to chemical to cell to tissue to organ system to create an organism. Now let's organize with our organs. I see the inner I am that I am. Woo. Peace, peace. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I love you. Appreciate Paul and Lauren one more time. Blue Hill Farm. You guys know what it is. Good night.
I did want to say, Professor Aydee at Music and Sky, we were all super proud of him. He went out there and just held it down to like 40 minutes straight of lyrics. It was spitting fire, and it was amazing. So, really proud of you.